The Moto G line is Motorola's most popular budget smartphone series in India that has time and again delivered when we talk about the price to performance ratio. So Motorola wants to replicate the same formula with this newest entrant, the Moto G31. However, this time around, not only has the company nailed the price and the performance, but they've also nailed the ergonomics. Here are my first impressions. Of course, if you're new to the channel, then consider hitting that red subscribe button for detailed tech videos and also turn on the bell so that you don't miss any of our latest updates. Before getting on to the details about the Moto G31, let's address the price. The Moto G31 comes in two variants, a 4GB RAM plus 64GB storage, which is priced at 12,999 rupees, while the 6GB RAM plus 128GB storage version has been priced at 14,999 rupees. For the cost, you're getting an excellent OLED panel, a 50 megapixel triple camera setup at the back, a relatively large 5000 mAh battery under the hood, and a decent 20-watt fast charger in the box. As I mentioned a few moments ago, this year the Moto G is not just about the price and the performance but also the ergonomics. Unlike previous Moto G smartphones, the G31 is light and handy. It weighs 180 grams and is about 8.5 millimeters thick, which makes it an extremely ergonomic budget smartphone. Of course, the build is still plastic, but nonetheless a solid fit finish all around. In fact, the rear panel has this crazy pattern, and I've mostly found myself fidgeting around with the smartphone like this. Okay, I'll stop that. This is the meteoroid grey color, which reflects different shades of dark purple, I guess, depending on how the light hits the surface. There's also a baby blue color as well. Now coming to the front, there's a 6.4-inch Full HD Plus OLED display that Motorola claims gets as bright as 700 nits. For the Moto G line, this is a huge upgrade as the display is amazing on the smartphone. Excellent brightness levels, wide viewing angles, would have loved a 90Hz refresh rate just like the Moto E40, but then again, that was an LCD panel. So a 60Hz OLED panel or a 90Hz LCD panel. I'll go for the former, but what will you choose? Let me know in the comments. The hole punch cutout is also very small, the bezels are also fine, but the chin is undoubtedly thick. So on the right are the buttons, that is the volume keys, power button, and a dedicated Google Assistant key that you can't remap. Motorola should have given an option here. On the left is the hybrid SIM slot, not complaining, but a dedicated micro SD card slot would have been a solid addition. The headphone jack is at the top, the USB-C port is at the bottom along with a single bottom firing speaker with Dolby Audio support. Here's a quick sample, but I have to mention that for an affordable smartphone with a single speaker setup, the output is pleasantly loud and clear. Moving on, the dimpled Motorola Batwing logo returns at the back that doubles up as the fingerprint sensor as well. Very fast and accurate in unlocking the device. The rear camera module is slightly similar looking to that of the Moto E40, so this is a 50 megapixel triple lens unit. The main camera is of course a 50 megapixel sensor coupled with an 8 megapixel ultra wide angle sensor, which also doubles up as a depth camera. And finally, there's a 2 megapixel macro camera as well. At the front, there's a 13 megapixel camera for selfies and video calls. Stay tuned for my full review to know everything about this camera system on the Moto G31. For now, let's move on and talk about the other aspects of the smartphone. The Moto G31 is powered by the MediaTek Helio G85 SoC. The phone uses eMCP storage, which slots between eMMC and UFS storage standards. The G31 also gets LPDDR4X RAM standards. Here are some benchmarks for those interested. You can pause your screens right now. For the software side of things, there's stock Android 11 and you do get the MyUX on this phone, so that's a plus. In about a week of using the smartphone, I haven't faced any major performance drops as such. App opening times have been fast. The software feels light, of course, there's no bloatware. I have also not faced any issues regarding speed or responsiveness, although I did notice shutter lag a few times while taking photos. Finally, there's a 5000 mAh battery under the hood, and unlike the global variant of the smartphone, the Indian version gets a 20-watt turbocharger in the box, which is again great. Again, I can't reach conclusions just yet when it comes to the endurance, but so far so good. And that's it, folks. Those were my first impressions of the Moto G31. Overall, I think this is the best feeling Moto G smartphone that I've held in a very long time, and it seems like a safe upgrade over its predecessor as well. But then again, I will be reserving my final thoughts for the full review of the Moto G31. So if you don't want to miss that, then definitely make sure that you are subscribed to the Mr. Phone YouTube channel. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you all in the next one.